Boston, so it's not always my name and applause you hear in the same sentence. About 1997, I was 36 years old, and I was hired to manage the Philadelphia Phillies. The reason I was hired was because, quite frankly, they didn't think they were going to be very good. You know what? They were right. So we had one good pitcher. His name was Kurt Schilling. So every 5 days we were actually pretty good. Those other 4 we were terrible. I'm going to date myself a little bit, but we went into Cincinnati to the old ballpark, and it was a hot day in July, and it was the old Riverfront Stadium. If anybody that's maybe more my age would know that. And when the home team would hit a home run, the fireworks would go off. Well, Kurt Schilling's pitching that day, and he is getting killed. And it's like 4th of July, fireworks are going off all over the place. About the 4th or 5th inning, I walk out to the mound, and before I even get there, here come the expletives. What are you doing out here? What do you going to help me? Just going on and on and on. Finally, and I'm just staring at him. Finally, he looks at me and he says, "Are you going to say anything?" I said, "Man, I just came out to give that poor fireworks guy a rest." Turned around and walked back to the bench. I don't profess to be a public speaker. I don't think Tony Robbins has to worry about his job. But I do really enjoy people, and I love talking about baseball. So hopefully we can have a little bit of fun, maybe learn a thing or two, maybe the kids have a question later, which we'll be happy to try to answer, stuff like that. But there are a few things I'd like to touch on before we get to the Q&A, and then maybe when we get there, it'll kind of help maybe some of the kids to have a question later. I'll give you a little background. I was like every other probably young guy in this room. I was convinced that I was going to play baseball until I decided that I didn't want to play baseball anymore. And I was also convinced I would retire wealthy, do what I want, when I want, and I found out real quickly, in fact, my first year, I had a major knee surgery 2 months into my career. And what happened was I kind of had to change my goals. Instead of wanting to be maybe the best hitter in the league, I had to fight and work just to be good enough to be on a team. But I ended up, and I was proud. I played 10 years, and I was really proud. But I probably, like me, a lot of you, when you're in the backyard playing wiffle ball, or, nobody's the left-handed pinch hitter off the bench. I wanted to play. I missed playing baseball. And I was really proud, like I said, to be able to make my living and do it for 10 years. But I missed playing. But what happened, and this is kind of cool, because I was a journeyman type player, which is a nicer way of saying I wasn't very good, I moved around to 6 different teams, 16 different managers. That's a lot of different philosophies. It's a lot of different ways of doing things. So as much as I missed playing, I found myself watching everything, keeping my eyes open, my ears open, and for the very most part, I really respected the way you guys did things. And there were some instances where I remember thinking I wouldn't do that if I ever had a chance. Probably handle it differently. But the main thing I learned through all that was you have to be true to yourself. You can certainly learn, and you're supposed to, every day. Because if you quit learning, you're kind of missing the boat. But you have to be true to yourself. And I found that out real quick.